Have you ever had that feeling like you're just a passenger in your own life? Kind of just along for the ride? Well, what if I told you that you're actually the one in the driver's seat? That you have the power to consciously shape your reality? That's exactly what we're diving into today. We're exploring how to become the operator of your own experience.
So the source material we're looking at starts with this really powerful idea. Just think about that for a second. Everything you experience out there, your job, your relationships, your health, it's not random. It's a direct projection, almost like a movie, coming from your internal world. Your mind is the operating system, and the world you see is just the screen.
And that is the big question, isn't it? If your mind is projecting everything, how do you get behind the keyboard? How do you go from being just a character in the game to the one who's actually coding it? Well, that's what this is all about. Okay, first things first. The most critical skill, the absolute bedrock of all of this, is mastering your attention. Seriously, forget everything else for a moment, because this is where it all begins. Think of your attention as a superpower. We call it controlled attention. It's basically your ability to direct your mental energy like a laser beam. This is how you impress an idea onto your subconscious mind. You know, the part of you that's actually running the show and building your reality from the inside out. I love this analogy because it's so true. Most of us think that our ability to focus is just something we're born with. You either have it or you don't. But this changes everything. It reframes attention as a muscle. At first, yeah, it might be weak, it might get distracted easily, but with consistent training, you can build it into something incredibly powerful and disciplined.
So, how do you train this muscle? Well, you do it by deliberately choosing what you focus on. You consistently place your attention on the reality you want to experience, and this is the tricky part. It means you have to actively ignore the current evidence when it contradicts your vision. You see lack in your bank account? Nope. You replace that thought with the feeling of abundance. A famous example is Neville Goddard's Barbados technique. He had no money, but he was determined to go. So every night, he simply lived in the feeling of being in Barbados. And wouldn't you know it, circumstances just rearranged themselves to make it happen. That is what training your attention looks like.
Okay, let's move on to the second piece of the puzzle. Once you can control your attention, you have to know where and when to place it. And the only time that matters is right now. This really breaks it down perfectly. From a creator's point of view, the past is just memory. The future? It's just a projection based on where you are right now. The only point of power, the only place where creation actually happens, is in this present moment. The now is your workshop. And this right here is probably the most crucial shift you can make. There's a huge difference between thinking of your wish and thinking from your wish. Thinking of it like, oh, I hope I get that new job, keeps it at a distance in the future. It screams, I don't have it yet. But thinking from it, imagining how it feels to be sitting in that new office, feeling that sense of accomplishment, that assumes it's already yours. You are embodying it now. And you know, learning to be present has all these amazing side effects beyond just manifestation. When you're truly in the now, doubt just kind of melts away. You learn faster, life itself feels richer, and time even seems to slow down a bit. You start to get back that sense of wonder you had as a kid, where everything feels new and exciting. All right, so we've got controlled attention and present moment awareness. Now, let's put them together. Let's see how you actually apply this stuff to become the operator of your reality. This whole process is governed by something we can call the quantum law of being. The idea is actually pretty simple. The universe doesn't give you what you want, it gives you who you are. Your state of being, which is just the sum of your dominant thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, is like a signal you're constantly sending out, and reality has no choice but to reflect that signal back to you. The easiest way to think about it is this: the world is your mirror. That's it. It isn't judging you, it's not rewarding or punishing you, it is simply and perfectly reflecting back to you the inner state you are holding. This table makes that cause and effect relationship crystal clear. If your inner state is mostly about lack, worry, or doubt, what's the mirror going to show you? Obstacles, frustrations, and delays. But if you can consciously cultivate an inner state of abundance, of trust, of gratitude, the mirror reflects opportunities, helpful people, and those amazing little synchronicities. Now this is where the real work comes in. Because your senses, your friends, your bank statement, they might all be screaming at you that your new reality isn't here yet. Your job is to persist. You have to hold on to the feeling of your wish fulfilled with more conviction than you hold on to your belief in the current temporary reality. Okay, so theory is great, but how do we make this practical? let's get into the final section and look at a simple, powerful toolkit you can start using, like today.
These are your 4 pillars. Think of this as your daily workout for your consciousness. Every day, visualize, affirm, reflect, and cultivate gratitude. When you do these consistently, you're integrating everything we've talked about into a simple, structured routine.
And here are a few pro tips to really make them pop. When you visualize, don't just see a picture. Smell it, hear it, taste it, touch it. Make it real for all your senses. When you affirm, always use the present tense. It's I am wealthy, not I will be wealthy. Take time to reflect so you can catch those old limiting beliefs that are running on autopilot. And finally, use gratitude to instantly shift your state. It's impossible to feel lack and gratitude at the exact same time. Try it. And here's a super important reminder. This is a practice, not a magic pill. It's just like building a physical muscle. You don't go to the gym once and expect to be ripped, right? It takes consistency and patience. You have to trust the process, knowing that the change on the inside always comes before the change on the outside.
So, what's the ultimate takeaway here? True freedom isn't about trying to control the world out there. It's about realizing you have absolute 100% control over the world inside. Your power lies in your ability to choose your inner projection, your inner state in every single moment.
And that really brings us to the end. You're the operator. You're the one running the projector. You have the freedom to choose. So the only question left is, what reality are you going to choose to project, starting right now?